at my mother-in-law's 75th birthday gala at the Waldorf Astoria in New York City. My husband Ethan Blackwell screamed across the ballroom, "You're a disgrace to this family. Get out and wait in the car like the nobody you are." He snapped his fingers. 2 security guards grabbed my arms and marched me out in front of 500 of Manhattan's elite. Cameras flashed. My dress ripped. I was shoved into the back of a black Lincoln Navigator, doors locked, windows up, child safety on. I beat the glass until my fists bled, mascara streaking like war paint. Then the driver turned around. "Miss Emily," Mr. Thompson said calmly, "your grandfather just transferred everything into your name. This car, the guards, the whole Blackwell empire, is yours now. What would you like done with Mr. Ethan? I'm Emily Carter Blackwell, and this is how I took back what was always mine." Rewind 1 hour. The ballroom dripped money. Crystal chandeliers, caviar towers, champagne waterfalls. Victoria Blackwell, Ethan's mother, held court in a $20 million gown, playing the perfect philanthropist. Everyone who was anyone was there to kiss her ring. I stood by a pillar in a navy dress. I saw myself because Ethan always said, "Money's tight at the company, babe, don't waste it on clothes." I looked like a waitress among supermodels. Ethan spotted me, stormed over and hissed, "Why are you hiding like a poor relative? Go stand by mom, and for God's sake, act like a Blackwell." 12 years of marriage had taught me to swallow insults with a smile. I walked to the head table. Victoria saw me coming, spun dramatically, and accidentally slammed her elbow into my arm. My champagne flute shattered, splashing her gown. Silence. Hundreds of eyes. "Oh dear." Victoria sighed loud enough for the whole room to hear. What else should I expect from someone like her? Ethan exploded, face red with rage at the dent in his perfect image. He didn't ask what happened. He just detonated. "Clumsy as ever," he roared. "You embarrass me every damn day. I dragged you out of that nowhere town and you still can't act civilized." He grabbed my wrist so hard I gasped, dragged me through the crowd like trash, and ordered security. "Lock her in the car. Let her sit there like the dog she is." They obeyed. Door slammed. Locks clicked. I was alone. That's when Mr. Thompson, the old driver who'd worked for my grandfather since before I was born, turned and spoke the words that changed everything. "Your grandpa's trust activated this morning. Blackwell Global, the penthouse, the Hamptons estate, every dollar, every share, is yours." Ethan was only the higher CEO. His contract ended at midnight. He handed me a tablet. One line glowed. "Sole owner, Emily C. Carter Blackwell." I stared until the letters stopped swimming. "Orders." "Ma'am?" Mr. Thompson asked. I wiped my face, opened the doors. "I'm going back in." The guards at the entrance saw Mr. Thompson's nod and stepped aside like curtains. I walked barefoot across the marble, dress torn, chin high. The room hushed the second I appeared. Ethan was mid-laugh with the senator when he saw me. His glass slipped and shattered. I climbed the stage, took the mic. "Good evening. Small announcement. I, Emily Carter Blackwell, am the sole owner of Blackwell Global. Effective immediately, this party is over." The bill was paid with embezzled funds. Everyone out. Ethan went ghost white. He lunged for the mic. I let him scream. Then I dropped the receipts, unpaid staff, offshore accounts. The $200 million life insurance policy on me with accidental overdose as cause of death. Security, my security now, escorted Ethan and Victoria out while the room watched in stunned silence. By morning the world knew. The fertility doctor confessed. For 8 years, Ethan had paid him to give me contraceptives disguised as fertility drugs, so I'd stay childless and easier to discard when the time came. The police found the divorce papers already drafted in his desk drawer. He'd planned to serve them the next day and leave me with nothing. He didn't know the empire had never been his. He was arrested trying to flee to the Caymans with a fake passport and cash stuffed in his socks. Victoria was cuffed in her London penthouse for conspiracy. The headlines ate it up for weeks. I never went to court. I was busy turning the east wing of the Hamptons house into an art academy for underprivileged kids. 500 children now paint under the same chandeliers that once hosted Ethan's fake charity galas. Ethan got 12 years, Victoria got 4. Sophia. His pregnant mistress vanished with the last of his hidden cash and was never seen again. 3 springs later. I stood on the same Waldorf terrace. This time the party was mine. 500 kids in paint splatter smocks showed their artwork while proud parents wiped tears. No champagne, just lemonade and cupcakes. I wore a simple white sundress, and my grandfather's old watch thought at exactly 8 p.m. the children sang, "This land is your land." When the last note faded, a tiny hand slipped into mine. A 4-year-old girl with my eyes and my grandpa's crooked smile tugged my skirt. "Mommy, can we go home now? I want to finish my painting." I looked down at my daughter, born exactly 9 months after the night I walked out of that ballroom, and felt my heart crack open with light. "Yes, baby," I whispered. "Let's go home." Mr. Thompson held the car door. The city sparkled behind us like a promise kept, somewhere in a federal prison upstate. A man who once ruled New York now scrubs toilets and counts ceiling tiles to fall asleep. Somewhere in a tiny studio, apartment paid for by my foundation. Victoria Blackwell feeds stray cats and prays I never raise her rent. And I, Emily Carter Blackwell, granddaughter of a self-made billionaire who never let a man forget a woman's worth, drive into the night with my daughter asleep on my lap and my grandfather's watch ticking. Against my pulse. The music of my new life has just begun. And there isn't a single false note in the entire score. Well, friends, that's the story. Tell me in the comments, was I fair? Or was I fierce? If it gave you chills, hit like, subscribe. Drop, I want part 2 if you want to know what happened when Ethan tried to escape prison and showed up at the academy gates one stormy night. Until next time. Remember, sometimes the quiet girl in the corner is only quiet because she's listening to the sound of an empire changing hands. See you soon.